Hello students, today we are going to begin the first chapter from English grammar, that is sentences. Okay, you might have started it once, but it's just like a small revision of what you have already done, and we are going to proceed a little bit more to that. Okay, so open your grammar books everybody. Chapter 1, sentences. What is a sentence? In its simplest form, a sentence is a group of words. A sentence is a group of words which makes a complete sense. A sentence is a group of words which makes a complete sense. A sentence is generally structurally divided into two parts, subject and predicate. Okay, subject and predicate. Now, the next part that we have is how to write a proper sentence. It has to be written in the proper order. The words have to be written in a proper order. It should make a meaningful expression should be conveyed through it, and a proper punctuation mark must be put at the end of the sentence. So, what are the punctuation marks which we can put at the end of a complete sentence? A question mark, a full stop, and a mark of exclamation. Okay, these are the proper punctuation marks which you may put at the end of a sentence to convey that it's a sentence. Okay, now the next thing that we are going to do is phrase. What is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words which makes some sense but not complete sense. It does not have a finite verb in it. Okay, it does not have a finite verb in it. So, phrase is a group of words which makes some sense. A clause is also a group of words which makes some sense but not complete sense all the time. But the primary difference between phrase and clause is that a phrase does not have a finite verb in it, whereas a clause must have a finite verb in it. Okay? So, the first exercise must be done. Already been done by you. Let us recapitulate it. Exercise number A, I'm just going to do the first two, okay. Exercise A, you have to identify the phrases in the given sentences. Number 1, the garden was full of red roses. Okay, full of red roses is the phrase. A, Roman 1, numeric 1, full of red roses is the phrase. So, mark it. Okay. Next, number 2, she is always in a hurry. So, in a hurry is the phrase. Okay. Or you can even write always in a hurry. That is also correct. Okay. Now, come to the second question. Tick the group of words that are sentences. It's very easy. Let's do the first two. The first one is will not be. Will not be is not a sentence, so you will put a cross mark. And number 2, I am very glad that you came is a proper sentence, so you will put a tick mark. Like that, you will put a tick mark and a cross mark in these sentences. You don't have to write it in copy. Okay. Come to the next part of the chapter, that is parts of sentences. As I told you, structurally a sentence can be divided into two parts, subject and predicate. Okay. Structurally a sentence may be divided into two parts, subject and predicate. Subject and predicate. So, what is the subject? A subject is that part of the sentence which tells you who or what the sentence is about. That is, what is the sentence about. Okay. So, if I say the girl lives in the red house, or you can say this girl lives in the red house. So here this is the subject about which the predicate part tells you something. Okay. So the first part is the subject, about whom or about what the sentence is, and the second part which tells you something about it is the predicate. Simple. I think all of you can understand subject and predicate by this time. Okay. Now let us come to, sometimes the subject may not be at the beginning. It can be at the end of the sentence. So some sentences might have a different kind of subject. At the end of the lane stood the big bungalow. Okay, in this sentence the order is a little bit reversed, and at the end of the lane stood is actually the predicate and the big bungalow is the subject. Okay, the big bungalow is the subject because about this it is being stated, but the sequence of the words in this sentence has been altered. Okay, so sometimes this might also happen, but then you have to understand that about what or about whom or about what thing the sentence is being written. So you have to identify it, then only you can properly demarcate the subject and the predicate. Okay, come to exercise number B. Exercise B, you have to identify the subject and the predicate. Let us do it. Now you do it in the book, but later on you will write it in the copy also. Okay, properly in full sentences you will write in your classwork copy by giving today's date. Okay students? Okay. So first exercise you don't have to do in the copy, but from exercise number B you will have to do in the copy. The first one is, Mahi's batting was flawless in the final match. So what is the subject? Mahi's batting was, can you see the board? Yes, you are right. Mahi's batting is the subject. Mahi's batting was flawless in the final match. Okay, Mahi's batting was flawless in the final match. So Mahi's batting is the subject and the rest of the sentence is the predicate. You will mark it properly in your copy also and in your book also. Okay. In the book I think it is written, identify the subject and the predicate, so you will do it in that manner. Let me do a few with you in the board, and the other ones you can write it. Most parts of Africa are covered with jungles. It's very easy. The subject is most parts of Africa and the predicate is are covered with jungles. Okay. This is the subject. Are covered in jungle is the predicate. Okay. So like this, let us solve the rest. I won't be writing the rest in the blackboard, in the green board, but I would ask you to write it in the book as well as later copy it in the copy. Okay, students? Very soon. Number 3, India is a densely populated country. So, India is the subject. India is the subject and is a densely populated country, predicate. Number 4, the novel Anandamath, till that subject, the novel Anandamath subject was written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, predicate. Number 5, we is the subject, celebrated our grandmother's 85th birthday yesterday, predicate. Are you marking your answers in your book? Are you doing that? Yes. Number 6, more national parks. More national parks, subject, are necessary for saving the wildlife, predicate. Number 7, John and Ramesh, subject, are selected as school captains, predicate. John and Ramesh, subject, are selected as school captains, predicate. Number 8, the frock, subject, how beautiful is, predicate. The frock, subject, how beautiful is, predicate. Number 9, you. Okay, number 9 sentence, let me write it. In this sentence, the subject is muted. Okay. So, the sentence is, have the medicine regularly. Here, the subject is muted subject. So, here actually, you is the subject which is not mentioned. So, you will write it in bracket and write subject, and the rest of the sentence is the predicate. Okay. Means the proper sentence should have been, you have the medicine regularly, or you should have the medicine regularly. Okay. Got it? Okay. Next, number 10, have you seen Manisha? So, for number 10, you is the subject and the rest have seen Manisha is the predicate. Okay. So, these two sentences were a little bit confusing. The rest of the sentences were very easy. I am sure that you have been able to understand it till this point. We are going to proceed with this chapter in our next video. Okay. Bye, students.